Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we are going to be talking about Lee Yumi. Yumi is really good SSR defender, and she is coming to C server like today, I believe, after the patch. So we are going to talk about her. I've been trying to make this video. I got pretty good gameplay of her, so you can see what she does, and we'll talk about ultimately what kind of gear setup she has, and many different things. If you're thinking about pulling her, my answer is 100% going to be yes. So this video is more of why she is good, and I'm just going to talk about how she fares in PvP as well as PvE with the counter side. So let's get into the video. It's going to be a pretty long one, I think, and we'll talk everything about Yumi. So first skill we're going to talk about is a basic attack. It's pretty simple. It hits up to 2 targets. She just swings her swords around thing. There's nothing too special about this attack. There's no additional facts going on. So it's just simple basic attack you can expect. Nothing too crazy. And let's talk about her passive skill where things start to get interesting. She receives 50% evasion buff for 20 seconds after she gets deployed. So this effect is actually really good. It's giving her survivability until she can charge up her the ultimate skill as well as special skills. And her passive skill, as she increases, she takes less damage. So she takes up to 8% less damage, which is really good. Additionally, when you max out her passive skill, she'll be receiving extra 15% less damage with her passive skill. So when she gets deployed, not only she gets a 50% evasion buff, she will be able to also get the 50% damage reduction buff. So this passive will definitely benefit her big time in PvP. PvE maybe a little bit less, but still good enough. This skill is one of the reasons why she is so tanky in the first place. So let's talk about her special skill. Her special skill is called a spinning edge, and this skill makes her spin around, which is really a cool animation. It's really well done. And she will get close to the target, she will hit the target, and got hit by the skill, we get the 30% accuracy reduction debuff, as well as for the 5 second, it will taunt them. So it will be attacking Yumi instead of any other units that, maybe get close by or they're aggroed. So this is a pretty good way to draw the attention to her while she still have that 20 seconds evasion buff as well as the reduction buff going on, because she can use this as soon as she deploys, and she's able to take a benefit of that. And you can, as you level her skill, you get to reduce cooldown. When you max her skills out, she's gonna have additional effect with her skills. So when she hits the target, not only she's able to reduce their accuracy as well as taunting them, she's also able to reduce their attack by 10%. So ultimately, this is a really crazy good skill. It's must have for tanker, I think. Taunts them, it reduces their accuracy, it reduces the damage, so they're hitting the target that they can't really take their HP down because they get all this debuff on them. So this is a really good skill, like I said, nothing less. And like I said, this spinning animation, really cool, because, or should I say, it's really cute because you can see her, yeah. Move on. Let's talk about her ultimate skill, which is called the Twin Blade Macabre. It's a really cool AoE skill. She will pull out her 2 blades and she will start slashing crazily. And when she's done slashing enemies, she is going to get 50% evasion buff for 15 seconds. So this is a really good ultimate with a nice benefit. And the crazy thing about this is with this buff, she also get another -10 damage reduction buff. So overall, if I try to summarize her kit, she is really specialized in evasion buff as well as taunting enemies, and she also gets a lot of damage reduction buffs on a lot of things. So this is the reason why it makes her tanky. PvP wise, she is amazingly good. It's like I said, she's able to just mow down a couple targets, taunt them to her while they have debuff on them to do less damage on her. So she's really good. And I forgot to talk about it, so we are going to talk about hidden passive she has. One of them is being valid hit absorption, meaning that there's some other characters that are able to do a lot of AoE damage and have 3-4 valid hits. She is able to absorb up to 2 of them, making those AoE damage do less damage to your ally around her. So that is really good ability to have, very unique. Not every defender has that, so right from the get-go, she is really good. Another patch she received was she has the cap to the maximum damage that could be dealt to her. So many defender got this as well. So what it means is it's not possible within C server, but within Korean server it is very possible, where it was very possible for Rangers to just simply take out your defender within 1 or 2 hits, because they can just stack up their attacks. It was like getting hit by the laser beam and defenders were like gone, like their health were basically nothing. Now it's impossible, but back in the day it was possible. So they did this balance patch to make sure defenders are not totally useless against those strong Rangers. But still, I would say Rangers are very strong and they're very good counter against a lot of defenders. And before we talked about and going over all other things, I'll definitely say her best setup is definitely, I say HP, because what HP set makes is give her more edge to her HP, so she's able to survive more. Defense is definitely not a bad choice, but overall, I think when it comes to counter side, you kind of have to, unless you are aiming for endgame well tire, you just gotta kind of deal with what you have. Or I shouldn't say evasion stat is that effective on her, because she already has pretty decent evasion going on, and she doesn't really need extra, in my opinion. So I would go say the health set as well as the defense set. And quickly talking about her exclusive weapon, it's really not a bad thing. She's able to, it's pretty good slots to have, and it's a weapon slot, and if you get the health option or defense option, I would definitely go with it. She's able to get some skill recharge 10%, and then when you roll a weapon, her substat is definitely not the most best thing ever. It's just overall damage and everything. So a bit less defensive option. There's gonna be a bit better. There's gonna be a better end game weapon that will come later. That's more defensive option. It's not a bad one. If you still have it, I would definitely say go with it. But with this weapon, you basically have a less defense option compared to other end game defense option that you cannot get within the game yet. The gear stat roll wise, I would definitely go with anything that has an anti-ground res damage as well as a crit damage resistance. So those two options are going to be definitely the best. Skill recharge is definitely not bad. If you get it, I think I might just stick with it. But for the end game, yeah, anti-ground res as well as anti crit damage res, whatever that's the correct term for this, you know what I'm talking about. But those two should be able to take less damage from a lot of hits, as well as able to survive longer, so she can cast her skills, get some evasion buzz, move forward, do it again. For the PvE activity, I'm just going to include my Shadow Palace run. With this gameplay, you should be clearly able to see how tanky she really is. She's able to tank all these hits for a 3 cost unit. That is amazing. I mean, there are some other units that's really busted in terms of tanking ability only, but she can also aggro, she can hunt enemies, you know, she is able to flinch them with her ultimates and everything considered. She is just so good for 3 cost units, and you just can't go wrong with that in many endgame PvE activities. She is not the best, I'll say that for sure, but for the C server, when it comes out, she's just gonna be the best. Like, there's no other defender, especially in PvE, that's going to be a match for her. Once again, for the PvE activity, if you care about that, I will definitely say go with her. She is definitely must-have units, in my opinion, when it comes to defender, and now the C server especially.
생존이 곧 승리죠.
Yumi in PvP currently in Korea, she is really good. She gets banned all the time because everyone uses her. As you can see in this clip, I use Yumi, they use Yumi, everyone else uses Yumi, everyone just uses her. Like, she's basically one of the top defenders to go with. That's because, not because there is better defenders out there. I mean, there are tons of other better defenders, but they're usually higher cost and they also get banned. So without those, Yumi comes to save you for big time because she's only 3 costs, and she also has those damage absorption thing that I talked about a bit earlier. So with everything considered, she's just so good. You know, she's able to tank a lot of hits. Like I said, she's not the best at it, but she's able to tank hits for 3 costs, and it's definitely worth it. You know, without her, I don't think like the line fighting, like front line fighting, would be possible. Like I said, for the 3 costs, she just does an amazing job. Within Gauntlet, being a lower cost and doing much as you can is more important than just throwing out the higher cost units. Because I think there's already tons of other DPS out there that can take out the higher cost units so easily if you don't have anything to defend them with it. And Yumi comes in perfect place to lower costs, defend them, trigger your operator skills, which I will talk about in my other videos. But just try to enjoy the PvP. I mean, it's so different than what you see in the C server. It's pretty crazy. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of, reaction times too. And I think it's even harder than C server, because I think C server, a lot of people don't understand the game yet currently. Where with the Korean server, pretty much everyone understand how to play the game. They know what's good, they know what's gonna be effective. It's more of kind of tiny bit of timing, not making any mistakes, and knowing when to strike when the opponent is showing mistakes. So I think gear-wise, they're pretty all equal around my tier and higher ups. Basically, your skills and bit of RNG, so what your picks are gonna be like. But if those things are evenly matched, then the winning comes with the micro mannequin skill you do, and some maybe one or two different units you're using might be able to carry the game and change the tide. But overall, Yumi in the center, all of that, she is doing pretty good, and I can definitely say in the C server, she's definitely going to have a good result, in my opinion.
결과예요.
Okay, so that was pretty long video, so let's close up with my final thoughts on her and her banner once again. I think, just like I said earlier at the video from the start, I think she's 100% worth pulling for if you are planning to play this game. So having Yumi now will definitely put you against a lot better places, against a lot of opponents within PvP for sure, and in PvE, yeah, she will definitely carry some games here and there and help you able to win and 3-star maps that you weren't able to because of her. If you're aiming to clear dive 45 floor, she is actually really good in that place as well. So like I said, if you really need defender, if you feel like you need a defender, she is definitely the must-have unit for sure, and she will be really good both with PvP as well as PvE. And her gear option is definitely not too crazy. When it comes to tank, I think gear options are far more flexible compared to DPS units where they require kind of 4-piece sets which is hard to come by in my opinion and hard to finish up. So that is pretty much it for my opinion on Yumi and everything I think I know and I learned about her throughout playing the game from the Korean server. I had her since the day one when she first came out, and I still enjoy using her to this date. She's a very great character, a lot of great skins, and I think you'll all enjoy using her as well. If you made it through to the end of this video, thank you so much. Your guys' support has been amazing. A lot of comments, always great. I really enjoy making videos for you guys, so I'll definitely make more and forward. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Jake. I will see you guys next time with more videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.